Hello, Dr. Moya. How are you?
Fine. Hello. How are you?
Yes. And today I would like to listen to your study of the sleep, right? Because
Yes.
we
Yes.
sleep for half of our life, right? Half
Yes.
of
Yes.
life.
Very awful.
Yeah, we
Yes.
spend for a long
Very.
time.
It's a truth. It's a truth.
But
And,
but
and, and
but
sleep is
is most history is written is about our daytime. What happened during the day? Few
yes.
history
Yes.
few
Mm, yes.
historians understand what happened during sleep, right?
Yes. And
So
the study of the sleep is very late in medicine. First, the books says no joke. Sleep is like death, but
oh,
can awake.
uh-huh,
Stop next and don't say nothing. But
uh-huh.
after the decade, the 20 century,
Yes,
we study with technology, with science, the brain, and discover the importance of sleep.
that's
Very,
right.
very
That's
key.
right. Yes, because otherwise the people, if we don't understand what's happening during the day, and we can hardly understand
Yes.
the whole life
Yeah.
cycle, right? Because
Yes.
something
Mm.
must be happening during the when we are sleeping, right?
Yes, yes, and we can put the electrode that we talk in the last three
Yes,
talk
yeah,
in the scalp to
yeah,
study,
yeah,
and in the brain, in the heart and the muscle
yeah.
to study one night in some people like you.
Yes, that's right. Oh, that's interesting. So before we go further, can we just show some
Yes,
diagram? So
yes,
this is 20, this is
the
10, 20 and 10 system, right?
yes, yes.
So we are going to pick apart several pair of these position.
This
In
a
all,
color scheme here. The color represent the part of the brain and the part of the electrodes origin.
yes,
Yes, because F4 is here.
okay.
It's 4, and the
F4
color
is F4
is
here.
light blue.
This F4,
Yes,
yes,
it is
F,
this
yeah,
because this is a full 10,
okay.
not 10, 20, because it have additional electrodes, the additional electrodes. But the color here frontal, all the F here,
Yes,
yellow parietal.
okay. All right. So basically,
Yes,
what's
this
happening? So lot of things happening, right, during our sleep, and presumably, many part are not are still active when
yes, yes,
we are sleeping, right? So that is something
yes.
very interesting.
Because in a simple way of say the brain is a very complex machine organ, very complex, and
Yes.
needs to recycle, need to repair, need to clean the
Yes.
neurotransmitter and the lymph in the brain. This is
Yes.
a theory, but the brain is a electrical organ. We saw in the last talk that we have traveling waves and standing waves in
Yes.
the brain, very active in awake, but in sleep is off. No, in sleep a very specific intrinsic frequency standing
Yes.
wave, not
Yes.
traveling wave, is in the brain.
That's good.
Synchronical, hemispheric is left and right in synchronical, clean in
Yep.
cycles all
Yes.
the brain. I
Yes.
I think the body help the brain to maintain we healthy.
Oh,
We're healthy.
yes. Okay, I understand now. So the sleep actually is not just simply,
Not passive, not off,
not
not off
passive.
the computer.
Yeah,
The
it
sleep.
is a necessity for people
Yes, yes.
to
That
survive, right? Because every
yeah,
day, because when we're
yes. There's a
sleeping,
tip. One tip. If we are so tired, we can sleep well. We rest first, relax, and with some energy, we sleep.
I see.
Some people say, why I walk to bed very tired and sleep very bad, but this not logical, because in sleep the energy is high in the brain.
I see.
Very high.
So
yes. We study the sleep with this electrode. We talk in the last talk in the brain and the body.
Okay, that's good. That is a brief introduction to emphasize the importance of sleep, right? So here today, could you just share your screen so that you can explain to us how to study sleep? Okay.
Here we have you say.
Do you call it the do you call it EEG or something else? This,
no, this PSG, polysomnography,
PSG.
polysomnography.
Okay.
Yeah, poly, because there's so many electrodes. Many electrodes.
Okay, yes. That is the title. That is the name of this.
This is anonymous. This is an anonymous patient, anonymous, and in one night entire, here the night.
Perhaps you can explain to what is the horizontal axis is time, right? It's time series.
Yes, the horizontal is time. Here.
How about this vertical category? EOG,
yes.
EOG.
Yeah. The first EOG, left and right, are connected near the eyes. Because it's very important to see eyes.
Okay.
See, yes, because it's very important to typification, to score the stage of sleep, to take account of the movements of the eyes, specifically the quickly or rapid eyes movement, REM. Because this is a special stage of the brain, the sleep brain, when the body is relaxed, no muscle active, and the brain is dreaming.
Okay, understand. How about this category? This would appear come from the brain, right? This view.
Yes, this is the view. This view here is neuroview. It's for neurologists. Yeah.
Neurology.
No oxygen, no heart. See, here, yes.
Yes.
Here, the red is the heart.
It's heart. The ECG. That ECG, right?
Yes.
So electrocardiographic, right?
Electrocardiographic.
Yes.
And the above is electromyographic.
Myographic. So could you explain what is the electromyo? Could you explain this EMG?
EMG, left leg, and is right leg, and this is the mean of the two signals.
Average.
The mean of the two signals.
Average. Okay.
I can hide this channel because it's the average. And this is frontal left, frontal right, central, another part of the brain, central right, occipital, and occipital. And with these six channels, we can stage a typification, score the stage of the sleep of the patient.
Quick question. Are these 6 signals called EEG?
Yes. This part from here to here, these six channels are from EEG. I'll call it EEG. These are called EMG.
So can you explain what is the EEG represent? What does the EEG mean?
Yeah. EEG is electroencephalography.
Encephalography.
Yes.
Electroencephalography. Encephalography. Okay, makes sense now.
Yes.
So my understanding is that when you study sleep, you have combined this information either from the brain and also from your eye movement, as well as from the neck.
Yes, and the muscle and the video. And the video. This example don't have video because it's anonymous. Okay. Very important. But the video all help to correct typification. The machine, the computer, intend to typification, but don't don't
Doesn't
work
matter.
very well.
Because today we
here
only,
is awake. It's
yeah.
alpha. Here is alpha.
Now, can you explain
frequency.
to us which section is recording during the wake up, which section is during sleep or dream?
This as an example of the very first part of the exam, and the technician is testing the electrode, put the electrode in the scalp, and say the patient move the legs, move the arm, clench the teeth, and proof. And here he cleaned the teeth, bruxisms. This is a very, very common disease, bruxisms. Here we see the occipital, and the occipital zone of the two parts of the left and right of the brain, the evidence of awakening. The patient is awakening because we talk about alpha ring, alpha frequency.
So you mean that some frequencies, some particular signal were active
related
during the day.
Yes. This is the here now. If we close your eyes and relax, alpha wave.
Alpha wave, yes, such as
So then, but now with open eyes and thinking are beta, very, very high frequency.
So can I say this period is recorded during the wake up? Do you agree?
Yes, here the patient is wake.
Is wake up. Yes.
No discussion. No discussion. Awake.
All right.
Yeah.
Then what happened? That's what happened to this too.
Yes. Here is movement, and this is an artifact.
Artifact. Oh, it's
artifact. Yes. With the
perhaps their head move, right? Their head move.
Yes, head is in a bed. Is some way. This patient is in his house.
Yes.
This is ambulatory exam.
Oh, you can record it remotely, right?
Yes, with the technology now in a very tiny chip, we wireless take all the exam.
Oh, that's good. So you can do in the sleep study without invite people to sleep in a particular place.
The sleep laboratory have one problem. This is not your room. This is not your bed. And some patient says, in this local I don't snore, and I don't sleep. This is not that I see in my house. So ambulatory is very well received with the pandemic. Yes, pandemic. Is awake now. Wait, advance.
So when the sleep stop, when
the slow, very theta, slow, fragment, slow. Here is a low voltage, low potential.
No potential.
Alpha. If we 1 minute maintain this, I score first sleep stage. No REM.
First stage.
No REM. First stage. No REM 1 and 1.
Okay.
Here.
Ooh.
Awake. Here.
This is a wake, right? A is wake up.
This is an example of the computer. Say awake, and here and 2. But if we correct the computer, use a number to evaluate the stage. Evaluate manual sleeping. Here my opinion. Here is 1.
And why? Already stage 1 of sleep. Stage 1 of
here,
sleep.
Here is some grapho elements of the sleep that say is N1, no N2.
Can we stop?
And
can we stop here? Can we stop? Can we stop for a while? It's interesting. Yes. The eye movement is somehow is a coordinate. Is consistent with the brain movement, yeah? Brain activity.
Yeah, yes. I think with very mind theory, the eyes they are very important in the development of the brain, because you know that we cross all the information to move this right hand from the left brain. And this dot this is
so how do you describe the brain? They just rotate, the rotate eye movement just rotate, or just
because the eyes are not electrical neutral, are negative in the retina.
So
negative in the retina.
I'm talking about the eye movement. How do you describe the rotation, or this way or this way?
Is movement synchronizes. Okay. Horizontal, horizontal,
left or right, left, right, right, left, right,
left, right, horizontal in dreaming or reading, and in the environment we can up and down, up and down.
Oh, got it. I got it. So the eye move just as we do during the day.
When it's sleepy, it's very slow movement of the eye. Sleepy.
Yes.
Here is sleepy.
Yeah.
I advance to.
I have one question. Do you think that movement is purposely or unconsciously? Because when we move our eye, can we just ask this question?
Yes.
So when we move the eye, so we have purpose, right? We are searching for something. We move our eyeball.
Yeah.
But during sleep, do you think that eye has a purpose to move?
The eyes, in my opinion, follow the image that we are imagining, dreaming.
They have image. You have followed the image.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And in the brain stem are the control for the eyes in all the animals to move synchronous. Because if we know, we view the two image. Okay. If we know aligned exactly each eyes with the other.
Well, I can tell you, because I can draw some next time. I can draw what I saw when I'm almost asleep. In those, I can actually do the zooming, almost consciously. For example, I know I'm sleeping now, but what I see is just dreaming. For example, sometimes we see the mountain. Sometimes I can see the clouds. I can zoom in. For example, when I say something which look like the car, I can zoom in here, and it is indeed the car. Of course, this has something to do with our consciousness, not
yes, it's on. The consciousness is on in dreaming. Freud and all the psychoanalysts and the psychiatrists knows that in dreaming are important. And we are in consciousness, partial consciousness in sleep, not in coma, in coma. Here, the patient awake again.
Yes.
Perhaps to go to the bath.
Yes.
Or because he have insomnia.
Yeah.
But he's awake, and then here he move.
Physical. So the body is moving, right?
Yes, the body artifact. And here now fragment slow theta waves, and here one and one.
Well,
I agree with the computer. The computer, and we are searching for N2 stage, because here are a very special signal of the brain called sleep spindles.
Spindle, yes.
16 hertz. Spindles.
16 hertz.
Sleep
is faster, right? Very fast.
Faster than alpha, and is in the central zone. Very intriguing. Why is this is the very first grapho element of the sleep in the child, in the fetal, that develop. That means this is important.
Okay.
That is important. No wave. This wave, if we have a injury brain, this wave disappear.
Oh, do you mean, can we
Spindle.
interpret it as this communication between different neurons?
Yes, yes. That inside is saying you, because you make me think that the waves in the brain I have 20 years studying,
yes,
are not only morphological analysis, are from nature law.
Natural law, yes.
Oh, yes, and we think, oh, Ohm's law, this indeed, and this frequency as a scientific, not as a medical doctor, this frequency, the 16 sleep spindle,
Yeah.
are intriguing to me, because
I see.
yes, in all life we need sleep.
Yes.
Why? Yeah. In all life we need this and others frequency.
Yes.
The brain, if we can, a neuron is not all the organ. A neuron take a function of communicate one part with other.
Yeah, they are talking to each other.
Yes, yes. But the network elevate the consciousness, elevate the function, emergent properties of the brain.
Yes.
But I don't understand how.
Oh, well, if it's just, it's a discovery, right? It's a process of discovering.
Yes, because when we ask this to the people, very clever people, you say, I know, but this tiny tunnel vision of this thing, I know this cell and this part of this cell, the inner part of the protein of the inner membrane of only this cell. This is very specialist. But who think in like Da Vinci in all? Who think in all?
Yes. Can I ask you the question that at this stage, do you think people have become unconsciousness, or they don't understand they are already asleep? Now,
in the movies I saw coma have the coma. The people in coma normally have need to help to breathe breathe the air with a machine, and in coma this not the EEG of a coma. In coma is a very low frequency, delta, and very low potential. Here in coma, not this patient, the patient is with the brain off.
Yeah, I just interrupt you for a while. When I was in university, we several students live in the same room, and when the guy above me is snoring, actually dreaming.
Oh, snoring. Okay.
No, he's talking when he was dreaming.
Somniloquia.
He could speak very clearly. I can understand every sentence he's talking about, but when I talk, no response.
In response.
We're trying to answer join his conversation, but no response. He just keep talking. No, keep talking.
And coherent talk. The words are coherent.
They must be somehow to switch off their ear. Do you agree?
See, yes.
They must have a switch off their
only on to dangerous sounds.
Yes.
Alarms.
Or
the baby crying, the mother awake.
Perhaps they increase the threshold of the sensor.
Yes.
So therefore, if we just talk softly, there's no response unless you, of course, you make a big bang and they will wake up, right?
Yes. It's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yes.
If we have a microphone, we can hear the snore and the vocalization, the somniloquia of the patient. Here we have more channels of position, microphone. The legs again.
More variables.
Flow.
The air. Do you mean the airflow? Airflow
from the nose and from the mouth.
Mouse.
Movement of thorax, movement of abdomen.
Okay.
Abdomen.
The stomach, right?
Yes.
Stomach.
Yes. Here, I changed the view of the page to 5 minutes.
But before you go, what is a pulse wave? The last one. What is
pulse wave is a electrode or a saturometer in the thumb, in the hand, in the thumb.
Yeah.
I put the technician put a saturometer with infrared light.
Is that from this? Is this external?
This is external.
External signal. External signal.
External signal. And now I saw some cell phones that you put the finger and calculate the pulse and the oxygen. I don't know how accuracy. Here is the saturation.
These number are the percentages, isn't it? 95 or percentages.
Yes, it's normal percentage.
Yeah, percentages. So which is the normal percentage for oxygen?
Over 90.
Over 90 is fine. Okay.
Yes. It's lower 90 is bad.
Okay.
Here the patient is moving her periodically. Her
legs move.
Yes, in 5 minutes. This is not normal. It's very much.
Oh, that's interesting. It's a periodical. It's
periodical.
Periodical.
Yes. All the medical that work in that suspects that is a pace, mark pace, very intrinsic frequency of movement that is not off in this disease.
I see.
And this is in the morning the patient awake with pain.
By the way, does this person has a sleep problem disorder?
Yes. Because this patient is not my patient, but he took this exam because he have insomnia. But I saw that he tried to sleep very well, but when he is sleeping in N2 stage, he entered in periodic movements of the legs, and this not maintain the sleep healthy. This stop the sleep process.
Does that represent the jerk of the two leg jerk?
Yes. At the final of the exam, we can report the exam, and the computer calculate the index, the movements for hour. Movements for hour. If up higher than 15 movements of the legs for hour in the night, it's abnormal.
Okay.
It's abnormal.
So how many? Can we just show me how many beat cycles? Can we use the beat heartbeat to measure the heartbeat to measure this period?
Yes. Yeah. Here
is a neck.
2 minutes. Yes. The period is about 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
No.
Wow.
1 minute.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Here.
Okay.
And why periodic? We don't know.
Yeah. How to determine the period?
Yes. We stage. We have 20 minutes, 1 hour to inform, to report one exam, and mechanically state all. But I think that is important information about how the brain functions.
Can we just say that the patient is trying to sleep, but every minute and somehow some mechanism just wake him up, right?
Are not normal, are very frequently.
That's right. So because before he went to sleep and some disturbance occur, right?
Yes.
Wow.
I will search some apnea, central apnea. Here is marked central apnea. The normal breath is here.
Yes.
And nose and the mouth. But here is stop.
Wow.
And the oxygen
Decrease.
low from 3 degrees from to 91. Is light, mild disease or mild apnea. Yes, yeah, but not normal, not normal. Here the technician says awake, drink water, change of position in Spanish, and but here is sleeping.
Okay.
And the technician is awake in another room and write in the computer. Yeah, this is in the home of the patient, but some people, some technician work at night, go to home, install the electrode, and wait all the night awake, reviewing the exam, because if one electrode is disconnect or the patient have one problem, he help.
Understand. Now, can we just pick up the pattern where you are confident that people are dreaming?
Yes, I will find this here. I have the hymnogram, and we remember that this a neuro view. And here, REM. Here in the second half of the night, we frequently sleep. This is a change. Here is awake. Here is sleeping. Here sleeping is 3 delta and 3. But here, the chain is a chain REM and low voltage, and this is a movement of the eyes. In horizontal, because the position of the electrodes by convention are this morphology when they move to the right or to the left.
When people are dreaming, does the neuron signal change as well?
Yes, change so much. And the brain works very hard, because when the brain is work hard, the frequency are higher and no synchronicity.
I see.
Because yes, and the potential low. And this is our REM, healthy REM stage. Yes, very different. Here is an example of REM movements.
Eye movement,
wiggles, yes, here, and I hear the machine, and I think here change to N. N1.
Can you pick up the example where people have quite a happy dream, or compare with people have a horrible dream,
disorder,
nightmare?
Yes, because the if we see the muscle, they are very important channels here below the right and left muscle. The tone of the muscle is low. We compare with awake. This awake.
Yes.
This is sleep. This is very tiny signal.
Yes.
No align, because this is the electrode is disconnect, but is very low compared to that. This is muscle awake.
Yes, that's awake.
Very strong.
They're awake. But where is the period he's dreaming? The person is dreaming.
Yes, I change right quickly here above with one click. Here is dreaming.
He's dreaming.
You see here below the EMG, electromyography, is low signal. And we change with one click to awake here.
Right.
This is
here, awake.
This is awake. Yes, muscle. And the eyes are moving, but not in dreaming, because they are moving so erratic. The people are reading or are talking to somebody.
I see.
We return to REM. we love our REM because
so can you just explain what does REM mean?
REM is a rapid eye movement.
Oh, rapid eye movement. I see. Yeah. Okay, rapid eye movement.
In medicine, yeah. the every letter is intuitive. Okay. Rapid yeah. Eyes movement.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yes.
Yes. Yes. I hear your rapid eyes movement. Yeah. And in some disease, the people move.
Do you have the example where when the person wake up, he said, "I just had a terrible dream." Can you pick up that signal?
Yes, yes. And this patient don't have this, but when we have video and audio, the technician asks the patient, "Why you awake? Why you did move your legs?" I remember a bad dream, a nightmare. Yes. I remember a dog running. And
running the dog running the wolf running behind the tiger. Yes.
Very dangerous, very aggressive. And this is suspicion of a disease, their REM behavior disorder.
Where is that? Can you pick up example? Not here.
No, not here, but
okay. Perhaps
next week I have one video educational to present to you and the people.
Okay, yes. So probably we'll stop here now, but next time you are going to show us some example where people have
abnormality
and they have a nightmare.
To normal to a normal.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I will also ask some challenging questions. This is a question I have never answered. For example, when I have the dream, like similar dream, have someone is I'm in danger. I'm trying to escape. For example, I'm trying to cross a simple gap, right? From I trying to, because the gap is simply very small, so I trying to cross the gap, but I couldn't. So I was so nervous, so I wake up. Yes. That's something, but in the meantime, another is a timing.
I think about this. I think about this to answer this.
Another dream, a typical dream I couldn't explain is that the timing is inversed. How? For example, I was sleeping. Someone locks the door. I wake up. Right. That is what happened when people observe. But in my dream, I have the long story. I can recall. For example, I'm doing something very interesting, and a beautiful day. I can recall, and I talk to someone, but all of a sudden, someone used some machine gun or threw me a big stone. Okay, and I was hit. So that's why that event is associated with someone knocking the door. Is that strange? Because before the people lock the door, I wake up. I have a dream, a non-story.
Yeah.
And the ending. The ending is the ending of my dream is somehow
with reality
related to someone locks the door.
Yes. Because perhaps the brain as a prediction machine is kindly on when we sleep, and the information of these sounds is used to create and control it hallucination.
Yes.
Some people say that consciousness is an illusion, is an hallucination controlled illusion, because at the time we talk or see some object, like the star in the this change when this representation in the brain is passing some layers of neurons that present that to consciousness.
Okay. We can explain in more detail about this strange dreams.
This is deep question.
Okay, thank you for your contribution.
Thank you to you.
Okay,
see you later.
See you next time.